Becoming mostly cloudy on Wednesday. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, you can see from the Ultimate Doppler Radar, outside of some ground clutter, we have a dry scan. The Ultimate Doppler Radar presented by A1 Fincham Heating and Cooling, focused on customer satisfaction. They won't quit until you're happy. Check them out at a1fincham.com. We have frost concerns across parts of West Virginia and the Ohio Valley tonight. It'll be chilly up there, but meanwhile, we have more wet weather in areas that really need the rain. That would be South Texas. They are still experiencing an exceptional, if not extreme, drought situation, so every drop there counts as well, but they're getting that tonight. Mostly clear to start. Increasing clouds while we sleep, mainly of the high variety, but it's a squeeze play tomorrow. The clouds from the south will help produce rain in Atlanta. That'll give us some clouds, and there's a system to the north, so don't be surprised if we become mostly cloudy. The deficit over the last 30 days continues to grow on the order of 2 or 3 inches or more, especially in some of the orange areas from Knoxville points south toward the Southern Valley. So everybody in Tennessee, where you see some dark orange, could really use additional rainfall. And we did receive technically 0.01 this morning, just before 3 a.m. Wasn't much, but we're still very dry, and we could use a lot more. It's just not in the forecast. The almanac, our high was 76 today, was expecting 75. The normal high, 74. The record from 1939 was 87. We saw a high of 76 in Oak Ridge, 77 Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, the Gatlinburg area, and 75 for Crossville, Cumberland County today. The warm spot, 81, down in Athens in the Southern Valley today. You look around the state, Chattanooga was also in the 80s, 82 Memphis, and a high today of 75 in Nashville. Now, there is a big solar eclipse. May not be the Super Bowl yet. That's still 6 months away on the right. That's April 8th of next year. But the October 14th is still a pretty significant solar eclipse. It's the annular. It gives us the ring of fire if you're in the true path, which would have to take you down toward San Antonio, for example, because Knoxville, Knox County, if the weather were perfect, which it will not be on Saturday morning or midday, would put us in the 40 to 50% coverage. So if we had the proper eyewear, because that's what you need, and if we had everything all lined up, the path, of course, is through parts of Texas and the Pacific Northwest, but it would be something to look forward to. My expectation is low because I think we'll have some morning rain showers that could dampen the ground, but also could dampen the solar eclipse viewing parties that might be taking place even here. Even though it's not perfect, a little bit of that would certainly be nice to see. Now, the annular eclipse path from NASA takes it into this area, and you can see the timing would take it into South Texas around midday Central Time, which would be 1 o'clock Eastern. I still think we'll have a lot of clouds and showers pushing east toward Morristown at that time, so I think it may be very difficult to see. But the big game, of course, this weekend is Saturday. The Aggies of Texas A&M coming to town, go Big Orange. It's a 3:30 start on CBS, and of course at Neyland. But the kickoff I expect to be around 71. Halftime, high temperature around 73. And the end of the fourth quarter should be cool enough to put us around 64. But I do accentuate the wording here. Rain before the game. There will be rain for tailgaters, but sunny breaks expected when the game gets underway, as most of the rain should be gone by about 1 o'clock Eastern time as it pushes east. But the winds will pick up 5 to 15 out of the west-southwest. Go Vols as we take on the Aggies. Headlines, plenty of clouds on Wednesday. A warm day this week, Thursday, would push us around 80. And I think our best chance of rain will come Saturday morning. We need it, but it may not be what you want to hear if you're a fan of the solar eclipse. Other places will be streaming it, I know, like NASA's website, so you'll be able to see it in other ways online. Tracking the clouds and also the tropics. We have a disturbance there, the big red blob off of Africa. That could become Sean. But there's also Lydia, which is on the western side of Mexico, which could accentuate if it rolls over central Mexico, which I suspect it will. But the Hurricane Center put a 10% chance that something forms in the Gulf of Mexico. So a little big blob on the west side of Mexico moves over land and could reemerge over the western section of the Gulf of Mexico. And that could also work its way toward Florida. There's a lot of points here of connecting the dots, but that's why there are 2 areas of concern from the Hurricane Center. One is an 80% chance that would be Tropical Storm Sean potentially, maybe becoming a hurricane over the next 7 days. But meanwhile, the yellow area does take into account the remnants of Hurricane Lydia that might roll over land and help give this thing a little bit more energy. Watching the tropics, I mentioned Sean. Well, Tammy would follow on the list of this year's names, followed by Vince and Whitney. Now, here's the Storm Prediction Center. They're tomorrow looking at Florida for some hot spots if you have family in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area. St. Pete, you're going to look at some scattered severe storms tomorrow, and just to the west of Orlando, where Orlando could have some isolated severe storms there. Meanwhile, Omaha, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, Des Moines, could also have, Davenport, some isolated severe storms, but I'm just expecting clouds to be a byproduct here. Meanwhile, Thursday, it grows for scattered severe storms in yellow for Omaha, west of Kansas City, and near Wichita for isolated severe storms, and Orlando, Tampa could also have some isolated severe storms. But we're going to keep that out of harm's way from here, as we'll keep it quiet. So we got high pressure tonight. As it slides away, we go from mostly clear now to an increase in high clouds first thing tomorrow morning. That's why I said becoming mostly cloudy. Look at the squeeze play. We got rain near Louisville, Kentucky. We got rain in Atlanta. And naturally some clouds will swing in here from the south and maybe to a lesser degree from the north. So we'll find some clouds, but I don't expect rain to be an issue, as it should stay well to the south, toward Atlanta, and back towards, say, Columbia, South Carolina. By Thursday, I've got lots of sunshine. We're around 80. Oh, that looks good. But then Friday, may find some rain on some models, but I think it stays out of harm's way. I think this is probably over-exaggerated, as I think we'll find dry weather Friday. It's not until Saturday morning when I think things will get a little wet from the west as the front approaches. Future visibility, if you wake up tomorrow morning, there's a hint of some fog in Knox County, possibly up towards, say, Greene County, Cocke County, and into the Southern Valley. That would be about 7:30. There's 8:30, so it'll likely disappear or dissipate by the time we hit about 9 o'clock, if not sooner. Here's your valley planner for tonight. We're down to about 48. That would be 3 degrees below average. The average low now for the 11th of October, that's tomorrow, would be 51. So 51, the normal. We should be around 48 tomorrow. Probably cold enough that you'll want a light jacket for you and the kids. Mostly clear. More high clouds, winds out of the northeast about 3 to 8. We slide into tonight. We're down about 39 for Middlesboro. That's chilly. 42 for Oneida, 45 Crossville. Should be in the around 50-degree mark for Maryville as well as Alcoa. Tomorrow I expect 73. Lots of upper 60s north and west like La Follette, Middlesboro, Oneida, and Crossville at 68. But about 75 for Tellico Plains, Maryville, Alcoa, and Madisonville. Looking ahead to your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. You can see 80 for Thursday, that's the warm spot, and still upper 70s on Friday with hazy sun and clouds. But I think that shower chance will be probably between 40 and 60%. May not be a big quantity of rain, but I think it will be scattered enough that most of us sense that they had some shower, a little bit of rain on Saturday morning. But look at the cool down. I mean, highs in the low 60s, back in the mid 40s for lows by Monday night, and 60 on Tuesday with a few more cool showers. By the way, you can keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic, the best in Knoxville traffic reporting, bar none. Just simply search Captain Accurate, the App Store, and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.